Shalom. Kal Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. That's GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwat across the four winds. This is your brother Batamayim from Great Millstone, Houston, coming to you with a quick lesson. You know, Lord willing, this is edifying. I saw this on Dabo 7. It says, heads up, agents are routinely entering private land without warrants and spying on Americans. So you have these agents, you know, dressed in camouflage, like the camouflage suits with the grass on them. They land in the grass. They're disabling cameras, setting up their own cameras, you know, all kind of manner of wickedness. They just tiptoeing on people's private land. You know, a couple people, you know, have caught them, like you see where it's circled here on this on this screenshot. You know, some of these agents are getting caught, but there's really nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can't complain to the people that's actually sending the orders to come out and spy on you. But this is all around wicked. Like, you're not supposed to be spying and tiptoeing on people's land. But hey, that's Esau Edom for you. You know, Esau Edom is a self-proclaimed white man, you know, whom the world, you know, used to love so dearly, you know, installed him to the clouds where he can't do no wrong when all he does is wickedness, because he is the wicked. You know, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, whose money is, whose face is on most of the currencies around the world, the major currencies, who controls the stock markets. Esau Edom. So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. But I had a few precepts to bring out. Lord willing, this is edifying and straight to the point. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Now, this is one of his devices, to where he's spying on people, to, you know, to see who's prepping, you know, in those times of a famine, which is around the corner, you know. What else is he doing? He spies on us through our phones, smart devices like smart TVs, these iPads, or, you know, these different tablets, for whether it's Samsung or, you know, any of these companies. You know, they're spying on us, so we can't be ignorant to his devices. And they're doing it without any warrants. Like, they don't have no warrant. They just doing it because they have the power to do so. And who's going to stop them? Ultimately, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, you know, Yahweh's going to send Yahweh Shai to put an end to this. But you must be aware of what's going on around you, Jake, which Jake is short. You know, we use that, it's short for Jacob, but it goes back to Israel, which is the but the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But we cannot be ignorant to his devices, because what do they want to do? They setting up, I don't even want to say necessarily setting up traps, but they don't want you to be aware of what they're doing. So when they come in to roll on you with martial law, you know, you'll be unprepared, unarmed, you know, just totally caught off guard. But next precept I had was Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him. So when these military personnel, whether it's the UN troops, any other sectors, you know, from DC, you know, Washington DC, they give that call, you know, for their military to come in like a flood. You know, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, is going to lift up a standard. Yes, Psalms 34:7, that the angels of the Lord encampeth around them that fear, but also we're gonna have to be lifted up to the standard, because these, you know, troops, I'll just say troops in general, just to put them all in one category, but these troops, they're gonna have all kind of invisible cloaks. They're gonna have, I mean, it's a long laundry list of shit. Those exoskeletons, you got these super soldiers, you got robots, you're gonna have like RoboCop, you know. It's going to be so much that we're going to need spiritual powers, you know, when he lift up that standard. We're going to need spiritual powers, you know, to defeat this wickedness, this wicked guy, you know, Esau Edom, and all those that do wickedly, you know, and that's on their team. So ultimately they'll be destroyed right along with him. And then the next precept I had, okay, Psalms 10 and 8. I'm going to read it in the NLT. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They are always searching for helpless victims. So, by them cutting wires or, video, or cutting the streams to these cameras, that makes you helpless because you may not know that it went out. You may not be checking your camera. And what they do, they're looking to come murder you. Because they're not just in those bushes just to, come say, hey. They're not bringing you no apple pie. America love apple pie. They're not doing that. They're looking to ambush you, to roll in, to come in like a flood. Like I read in Isaiah 59 and 19. Psalms 10 and 9. The lions crouch in hiding. What they're doing in these bushes. They're hiding. They're blending in. They're making themselves camouflage. They wait to pounce on the helpless. So they're just waiting to get that call, from their head, the wicked heads, their bosses, so that they can pounce on you, so they can take you to concentration camps, and torture you, or harvest your organs. We can't be ignorant to any of these devices. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. I mean, who's the top hunter? Esau Edom. He's a cunning hunter at that, and you can see his cunningness, here, just being, with the camouflage with the leaves on. You can't see. You look into those trees, and you just might browse out the window. You might be in the kitchen, drinking a glass of water. You just browse out the window. You're not gonna see nothing unless you can really see some movement or anything like that. Psalms 10 and 10. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked think Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, even though it says God. So God isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. So Esau Edom, he really believes that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is on his side when he's actually not. He's just using them on the left-hand side, ultimately for judgment. He's the hammer. So he's using them for judgment. Which he's ultimately deceived. But that's pretty much all that I had on this lesson. Lord willing, it was edifying. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and Akwaf, Shalom, and the Baal Babal.